Hey guys, it's Casey and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing a kind of different video from what I normally do. Today we're going to actually be doing a first impressions on the Subculture by Anastasia eyeshadow palette. So I really wanted to do a first impressions on this because if you guys are really active on social media and on YouTube, then you've probably seen all of the negative reviews on this palette. So it seems like from the videos I've seen, it's been like a lot of kickback. People are hitting pan after like the second use. That it doesn't blend properly. I've heard that it's pretty hard to blend. So I actually got it in the mail yesterday. Yesterday was August 1st. And I've only swatched it. So let me not blind you guys. So yeah, I've only like kind of swatched the colors, and the initial swatches are absolutely beautiful, but I did realize like some of the green colors looked a little gray, which I was a little worried about. The shimmery colors such as, let's see here, such as Electric was a little hard to swatch, as well as Cube, which is like this iridescent shade. It looks white, but when you actually swatch it, it turns like pinkish purple. So we're gonna actually see. We're gonna see for ourselves, see how the palette works out. So I just wanted to do a quick eye look, and I'm hoping and praying that it actually comes out beautiful because I am a huge fan of Anastasia's products. I think they are amazing. I think they are great quality. So it was really disappointing to see such a beautiful palette and for it to get a whole bunch of thumbs down. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the shade here called Edge, which is a really pretty yellow color, like a mustard yellow. And I'm just packing it in. It is a lot of kickback, however. I find that even with my Modern Renaissance palette, my makeup, my Mario palette, my Mario Master palette, pretty much all my Anastasia palettes, there is a lot of kickback and fallout. But the powders itself seem to blend beautifully. So let's see. I'm trying to go in with no primer. See, I'm not even trying to give them a fair shot right now. I'm actually going to be using my MAC paint pot in the shade Soft Ochre. I use this every time I do my eyeshadow. I kind of just blend it everywhere. This is a cream-based eyeshadow. It has 15 hour wear, which is why I like it for my actual eyeshadow. So yes, you can wear paint pots by themselves. That's what they're originally made for, but the whole world likes to use them as a primer because they work great. And this color specifically, Soft Ochre, is pretty light, so it helps colored eyeshadows pop up better. So, all right. Let's go. So yes, we're going in with Edge, which is that mustard yellow shade. I'm so nervous. Okay. I've never been this nervous to use an eyeshadow palette. I was so excited when it came out. Well, I actually ordered it the day it came out because the colors are like really up my alley. Yeah, it's a lot of kickback. But really and truthfully, that is nothing new to me when it comes to Anastasia's eyeshadows. So I'm using my MAC 224 brush, which is a big fluffy blending brush. Probably my favorite brush I have to blend eyeshadow. To just lay this color down here. So far, not having any issues. I can clearly see the yellow shade. I feel like a lot of the times with yellow shades, you don't really see them, especially on my complexion because I am so yellow. See, that's a lot of pigment right there. And it's blending out just fine. Yeah, it's blending out just fine. Now that we've laid Edge down, I'm gonna go in with New Wave, and I've actually really loved the name of that shadow. This is like a orangey yellow shade right here. It's a little bit darker than the Edge, which is the reason why I'm going to go ahead and layer that Edge down with it. just to give it a little bit more definition. I'm gonna go in with my Sigma E35 brush. And I am officially a Sigma affiliate, which is super duper exciting. So I have a link in the description box that you guys can click on. I do make a small commission if you make any purchases through my link. So if you want to, go ahead. If you don't, I understand. But it is down there. So if you want to support, just click the link. I'm going to go with New Wave, okay? Yeah. It's a lot of kickback with this palette. It's like as soon as I dip my brush in it, can you guys see that? Like, it's a lot of kickback. It's going into the other shadows. And that definitely put a dent in there. That definitely put a dent in the New Wave. Okay, let's see. So we're going in here. Deepen up the crease. What's pretty interesting is the color that's in the pan doesn't really look like the color that you lay down. Like, all the shades look really bright in the pan, like a lighter shade, and then once you put it on your eye, it seems to get a little darker. Because to me, that looks a lot darker than what it looks like in the pan. Like, can you guys see that? Can you compare the two? I'm gonna just dot that there. Do you see how light that looks? And then look how dark that looks? That blended out to that. So, and I definitely cleaned these brushes before I started. I really didn't want anything to manipulate this first impression. I didn't want it to be like using a primer that I never used or using a dirty brush. Like, I wanted everything to be how I normally do my shadow and clean, so you guys can really see what's going on here. That's so crazy. It comes up one color once you put it down first, and it blends out to a whole nother shadow. I mean, the color that's blending out to is still really pretty, but that's not the color that's in the pan. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the shade Fudge. I'm gonna actually go in with this e.l.f. crease brush, which is another blending brush, but it's pretty small. Oh my gosh. Dang, that's a lot of kickback. That's like a whole lot. I'm just gonna go in here. Okay, as I do that, I'm gonna go back in with New Wave and just blend out those edges of the fudge so everything has a more seamless blend. Okay, that's starting to get a little patchy. And it looks like it's skipping a bit. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know, I'm going back and forth. I'm blending it as much as possible, but it's not really blending out like how this side blended out. Just trying to go back in as much as possible. Best as it's gonna get. Alright. Yeah, that's putting a pretty mean dent in the shadow. I'm not even doing anything. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go in with Rowdy, which is this eggplant shade. It's really, really deep purple shade. I guess we're going to go with an halo eye. Yeah, I'm gonna do a halo eye. And so I'm going in with Rowdy. right on the outer corner. And in the corner, like so. And then just blend it out. See how pigmented they come off at first, and then you just, I don't know, you blend them and they like oxidize, like as if it was like a foundation or something. It just gets darker on you. But I don't understand why. This is definitely pissing me off a little bit because the amount of fallout, the amount of kickback in this palette is ridiculous. The fact that when I put these eyeshadows on, they get darker is just ridiculous. They don't blend easily. Everything is turning gray. We have browns and everything, but it's turning gray. Look at that. That was fudge. That dark brown shade that was supposed to be right there blended with a little bit of the rowdy. I don't think that was supposed to turn gray. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with Electric, which is this shade right here, which is some Fix Plus. Going with Electric. Okay, I mean, it's good enough. It's a pretty shade though. It kind of reflects green and yellow. That shadow wasn't that bad. I'm gonna go ahead and do something a little bit fun here. My NYX Vivid Brights eyeliner in the shade Vivid Halo, which is a yellow liquid eyeliner, and I'm gonna do a yellow wing. Okay, so the eyes are done. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my face and then come back, do the bottom of my eyes, and then give my last thoughts. So, okay, I'm back and we got skin on. I did my foundation, concealer, something really, really lightweight, bronzer, contour, highlight, blush. Yeah, real natural, right? So we're gonna go ahead and put some mascara on. And do our bottom lash line, pop on our lashes, you know, the whole works. And then I can give my final thoughts. But if you've been watching this video, you probably already know my final thoughts. But I really want to go into detail on where I stand with this palette. Okay, I want to use as much eyeshadows in this palette as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with the shade Roxy, which is the one that everybody has been talking about how terrible that shade is, which is really a shame because it's a beautiful like apricot shade, and it is another matte. So I'm dipping right into that, and I'm going to blend that with a Morphe M506 blending brush right underneath my lash line. It's a gorgeous shade though. It's so crazy because that seems to be everybody's least favorite shade, but so far it's my favorite because it's the one I feel that stayed true to color once I put it on. It was a lot of kickback like the rest of them, but I don't see it as big as a dent as I did with Fudge, and maybe because I dipped it more into Fudge, but that one actually stayed true to color, so I'm not even mad at Roxy right now. Go into the shade Untamed, which is one of the matte hunter green shades, and I'm going to go in with my Morphe E36 brush, which is a pencil brush. I'm gonna get right underneath that lash line with that. Okay, that's not blending. That is not blending at all. Okay, that got real low real fast and smokier than I expected it to. I'm gonna go ahead and take Cube, which is that iridescent shadow right here. It looks white in the pan, however it picks up more pink. I'm going to spray a little Fix Plus on this blending brush, and I'm going to place it right in my inner corner just to give my inner corner some glow. Is now completed. We've tried about, let's see how many colors we tried. We tried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We tried 8 colors out of the palette out of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Out of 14 shadows. So we've tried more than half of the entire palette today. And I'm gonna give my final thoughts. So first things first, would I repurchase? Because I did pay for this palette with my own money. I know a lot of people got it for PR and such things like that. I paid for this with my own money. I paid $42 out of my own bank account for this palette. And would I repurchase it? Absolutely not. Do I want a refund? Low key. So the eyeshadows are super duper powdery. Soon as you place your brush in it, you get a whole ton of kickback. Shades like Fudge, New Wave already have a little bit of like a dent in it. I can tell using this about 5 times total, there's going to be a hole that's going to be hitting pan, which is really pretty much unacceptable because I've used my Modern Renaissance palette like a billion times and I'm nowhere near the pan with those. The 2 metallic shades that I used, Electric and Cube, were a little hard. However, they were pigmented and they did show up, so I'm not mad at that. Obviously, there was no kickback with the metallic shades. So what I'm guessing is when they were making the shadows, they didn't press hard enough with the matte shades and they pressed a little too hard for the metallic shades. But applying the shadows, they all oxidized. They all got a little darker than what it was supposed to be. As you guys, I showed you guys a billion times in the video, it'll be one color in the pan, but it'll pull up a lot darker once you place it on your eyes. Really hard to blend. When I was doing the bottom, Roxy came out just fine. And then when I placed Untamed right on top of it, it started to skip. So I noticed a lot of the shadows were skipping. They just weren't easy to use at all. They actually all started to blend together and turn gray. It just, I don't know. It just wasn't what I wanted it to be. Because when I looked at this palette online, when they first like showed the pictures, when I saw it on Trend Moon, the color scheme of this palette is absolutely beautiful. I love the Hunty greens, I love the orange, I love the plummy shades, I love the eggplant, I love the iridescent metallic shadows, how they shift one color and then another color depending on which way you look at it. I think that's absolutely beautiful. The color scheme is gorgeous. I love the color that they chose for the packaging. I even think that's pretty with the Subculture in the mustard yellow. I think all of that is absolutely gorgeous. If this was a good palette, I wouldn't mind paying 42 bucks for it. I think that's pretty average for a palette. But because the palette is not good, I don't like saying that. Because the palette is not good, it is definitely not worth $42. So I don't really know what Anastasia plans on doing about this. I have not seen on any of their social media them addressing this issue, because obviously videos have went viral on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, people, you know, commenting on any post that they make about the palette. I've not seen them address anything. I don't know what they plan on doing with it, because it's not even... If they were to send out new palettes and they were better quality, I would not mind just getting a replacement. Would I reach for this palette again? Probably not. I have eyeshadows already, like the metallic shades that's in it. I think what saved this look is the yellow liner. I think that's what helped it, and that's obviously not even an Anastasia product. So that's about it. Before I wrap up this video, I do want to let you guys know that I did start a blog and I'm super excited about it. I will link the blog down below so that you subscribe to the website. I will, like I said, I will link it down below, and you guys will know whenever I do a new post via email, or you will obviously see it on my Instagram, and you guys know all my social media will be linked down below as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first impression video. It was pretty interesting and pretty disappointing. I'm really sad because I thought this palette was so beautiful when I saw it, but it is what it is. I just hope that they address the issue in some type of way. So if you like this video, I hope you guys give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share with your friends and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter and all that other good jazz. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.